I'd like to share with you on this week's Parshas, Dubov, something very nice from the Rebbe's father, Rabbi Yitzchok Zatzal. This week's Parshas we have, when the Yidden came into Israel, they were conquering the land. So Hashem explains that there was a certain parcel of land that first was under the rulership of the Avim. They were the children from Avimelech. And then Kaftorim conquered that land. Once Kaftorim conquered the land, then it transferred over to Bnei Yisrael. As Rashi explains, Avram Avinu made a covenant with Avimelech, he won't take anything away from you and your descendants. So Hashem made that should go into the land, to the hands of the Kaftorim. Once it goes in the hands of Kaftorim, then Bnei Yisrael can conquer it. Everything in Torah is exact. Asks and explains from Levi Yitzchok, what's the meaning that first it was by the Avim, then it went to the Kaftorim, they were like the go-between, and then it landed into the land in the hands of Yisrael. What's the hint and the meaning of these three names? Avim, Kaftorim, and Bnei Yisrael. Explains Rabbi Levi Yitzchok. And these will learn the Torah Levi Yitzchok. This is a principal idea that he says, and I want to share with you the words that he uses. He says, Kol inyan hatikun. Whenever you speak about the world, but you want to correct it, there's a world of olam hatoyu, a world of chaos, of destruction, and then you want to bring it into the tikkun. Bodu yom meshuchel. You want to build it and correct it and fix it. Everything is based on hodor umehitavel, which means like this. We spoke many times in the end of Parshas Vayishlach, when it speaks about the descendants of Esau, the world, the nations of the world. It says 7 kings. By all the 7 kings, it doesn't say that they lived. It says Vayomash, they died. It doesn't say they had a wife. By the 8th one, Hodor umehitavel, it doesn't say Vayomash, doesn't say he died. And also, they had a normal life, husband and wife. Hodor umehitavel. In Chassidus and in Kabbalah, it explains in great detail. The first 7 symbolizes a world of toyu, and so many explanations on this. The Hodor umehitavel, so the word hadar comes, the word Hodor means beautiful, nice. Hadar. And Mehitavel comes with Tavkel or Mehitavkel. This was good to Hashem. This is what Hashem wanted. He wanted the world of the opposite of chaos, a world of tikkun. And from them, even by the Goyim, it started a world of a normal world what Hashem wants. Now, if you look at interesting things such as Levi Yitzchok, the 3rd king was called Avis. This is also hinted as Avim in this week's Parsha. The word avis and avim come from the word bent, twisted, not straight. You know, it's not in an orderly fashion, and that shows on chaos, toyu. Now look at a beautiful thing over here. Just like you have the 7 kings of toyu, who was the 8th? Hadar umehitavel. The Umkelis says, who was this tribe, this nation of Kaftorim? He says it was called Kaput Keye. We have it in Talmud many times, this name, Kaput Keye. So here it says, it's such a beautiful thing. If you take the word Kaput Keye, it adds up to 306. Exactly. That's exactly the same gematria as Hadar and Mehitavel. Hadar is 209, Mehitavel 97. Added up together, you get 2306. Yisrael comes to the word Yashar Kale. Yashar means aligned, straight. It's proper. Just the opposite of Avim, Avis. So on one end you had the Avim, the Avis, twisted, crooked, bent, not straight, toyu. Then the Hashem says we're going to have a go-between, and like an intermediator of Kaput Keye, which is Hodor umehitavel, same gematria, showing that even amongst the Goyim, we're going to bring it closer to the world of Tikkun. And from this Kaftorim, it will go into the hands of Bnei Yisrael. They will elevate the world and bring it in the way of Yoshar Kale. They will make it proper and aligned and straight the way Hashem wants it. It should be a unity of Hashem in the world, not in the world of Toyu, which its concealment. And that's why we have exactly in this week's Parsha. First came the Avim, then came and transferred over into the land of Kaftorim, Kaputkayeh, and from them into the Bnei Yisrael. And you see how it hints very much in the names, how everything in the Torah is exact. And there's so much more to talk about, some hints over here on this whole concept. But this, you see how every name in the Torah is perfect and it's exact from Hashem, Avim, Kaputkayeh, Kaftorim, and Bnei Yisrael.